Welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits, a service of KMVT Community Media. I am Bev Lenahan, your host. Our guest today is Lisa McClenahan, Operations Manager for Animal Assisted Happiness. We're really happy to have you here today, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I'm really interested in how you personally got involved with Animal Assisted Happiness, and really, what's it all about?
Great. Well, just so you know what we're about, if you couldn't tell already, I don't know if the camera's picking the bunny up here, but we bring barnyard animals to have therapeutic interactions with children who are experiencing special needs or health or family challenges. So the founders are some friends of mine. I've known them since they founded the organization in 2009. My daughter was involved in 4-H, and we lived in Silicon Valley, and as a fourth grader, she was saying, I want to live on a farm and ride horses. And, there's not a lot of opportunities for that in Silicon Valley. So I got involved in 4-H, and Vicki was the 4-H leader at the time, so I got to know her. And then her husband, Peter, was the soccer team manager, so we became very close with their family. We knew they were founding a nonprofit basically in their backyard.
Oh my.
They had many animals in their backyard. And had one amazing experience where they were asked to bring a horse to visit a girl with terminal cancer, and it was just so touching.
In the hospital?
For them. No, actually it was in her home.
Oh my goodness.
And horses don't go in homes,
no,
right?
They don't.
So the horse walked right into the living room and knew which child to go to, and spent an hour and a half with her, and she wasn't able to ride anymore at that point. And so it was just such a touching experience for them that they decided that maybe there's more we can do with our animals. So in July, I became the operations manager. The job kind of found me, I say, and since then, it's just been such a rewarding experience. I work with a good friend of mine who does all of our visits and runs our barnyard, Simone Harouche, and she's amazing, and with Vicki and Peter and their family. So it's a family-run operation, but it has a big impact.
Well, I think the word is spreading rapidly. I've heard of you several different times of the group. So
great.
Why do you think that this animal interaction is so helpful with this particular group of people with special needs? Why is that?
Well, so some of the special needs we serve, just so you know, are children, a lot of children with autism, Down syndrome, children with terminal illnesses, children in persistent vegetative states. So it's a variety of things that it does depending on what the child's special needs are. But there are some things in common. One is, when you walk in a room with a goat or a chicken, the children light up.
They sure must.
And creates quite a stir, and it really shifts the energy of the room. And what we say is that it creates smiles. So we count smiles. We've created over 21,000 smiles, and our goal is 1 million. But besides that, we are really studying what are some of the effects. We have pages of notes written on what are the differences it's making for children with all different kinds of issues. And the one thing we find in common is, this calming effect and the ability to focus.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, for children who really have challenges on a moment-by-moment daily basis, to touch an animal, it really grounds them and it calms them down. And then they're able to really focus on the volunteer or the person who's next to them. So that's one of the really important things that it does. One of the recent stories is there was a little girl with Down syndrome who was really struggling, darting out of the classroom, just couldn't, stay focused in her day. And we brought a goat, and so she's playing with the goat and interacting. And then she spent a minute just kind of looking into the eyes, just sat there. And the rest of the day she was calm.
Mesmerized, probably.
Mesmerized. I don't know what happens in those interactions, but we know it's something that we can't always explain. But this is the third time that's happened, so we know this is, it's an ongoing phenomenon that happens for children.
I think they're going to be studying more of this in the brain to see what happens.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's a correlation there that'll be very interesting. Well, I know you also have a vocational program. This isn't just about the special needs, but also about training people on how to work with these animals.
That's exactly right. So we have 3 kinds of programs. We go out to schools and organizations and bring the animals. We call them mobile barnyard visits. We have people come and visit our farm, and organizations visit our farm. And then we have this vocational program we're really excited about, which is a way for children, mainly with autism, to have job skills that will be transferable when they age out of the system and they don't
Very
have
good.
schools. And, you know, they're so excited. One of our schools went and bought raincoats and came out in the storm recently.
Oh,
and, you know, they wouldn't miss it. And one of the little boys who, you know, he just didn't like going to school in the morning. Now he comes every day and says, am I going to the farm? So already, you know, we know it's a thrill for them, but we are teaching them skills that they can learn later in life when, you know, autism is on the rise. It's going to be a huge issue in our society to have job skills for children with autism.
well, I know some of the major corporations are now actively recruiting engineers who have autism, and they're finding that they are just excellent employees.
Exactly.
So there's a path to employment, not only for your clients, but also for those who are training to work with the animals. So
Absolutely.
it's a win-win for everybody, I would say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And don't we have a video that we're going to show?
We do, and we could show that now.
Okay, let's do that.
This kind of says it all about what we do.
Sounds good. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Simone, thank you for bringing the animals.
3. Thank you.
Thank you for the goats. One of them almost kissed me.
Some assistance.
Thank you so much for bringing Vanellope.
Okay. Thank you for the animals.
Rabbit.
What was your favorite animal?
Rabbit. Thanks for bringing the rabbit. Rabbit. Thank you for the rabbit.
Hey, look at Mr. Q.
Hold on.
Thank you for the guinea pigs.
Nice.
Thank you, Simone and Animal Assisted Happiness, for coming to Mountain View High School. We love having you here, and thank you so much.
So good.
Thank you for the animals.
Thank you. You remember when the animals came in? On Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very, very touching. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lisa. It's hard to talk after that.
Exactly.
I had a special needs cousin, and brought back a lot of memories for me. So thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Well, we want the viewers to be able to help animal-assisted happiness. So how can they help?
So one of the ways they can help is volunteering. We have mainly youth volunteers, actually. We are an organization of children helping children. So we have about 400 youth volunteers and 700 total
Oh, my goodness.
that I manage that really are so committed to what we do. They actually helped us build the Barnyard recently. And so one of the ways people can be involved in our programming is to volunteer. Also, obviously, they can donate. And just spread the word, really. You know, spread this video, spread the video we just showed to friends who may be interested in supporting this type of a cause. We are actually building another site at the Sunnyvale Baylands, a 2-acre site, which is going to be a great community place to gather and to do the work that we do. So we're hoping to get more support for our programming so that we can continue to expand. We have way more of a need than we can meet.
I can tell.
It's a free service, so every dollar helps. And big dollars help too. So I would love if people could spread the word who are watching this and come and join our efforts.
Building the awareness and getting people involved, that's the first path to success. And
Absolutely.
after that comes the donor support, and then you're off and running.
Right.
Well, where did that first barnyard get built?
So, well, it started in Vicki and Peter's backyard.
Yes, you
moved
mentioned.
to Gilroy for a while. And so Simone was bringing animals every day, all the way from Gilroy.
Goodness.
And then we just built, we're at Full Circle Farm in Sunnyvale now. We have a site there, and we're attracting a lot of neighbors and attention.
No doubt, no doubt. And then the Baylands project.
And the Baylands project is going now. So.
That sounds just wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure viewers are going to want to help. Is there another story you might share with us that would tell us a little bit about the experience itself?
I just want to tell a little story about my little nephew who I brought to one visit recently. And, you know, when we talk about trying to help children with special needs, I think who we're helping if not more so, is our volunteer. So he went on one visit, and he had a project for school, which was what's something you could invent to change the world. And he said, I want to invent a robot to help children with special needs.
Oh.
And so I just know how touched he was
Yes.
by the experience. And our children aren't the same.
They are, and so we're creating an atmosphere of people wanting to help and people benefiting from being helped with animal-assisted happiness.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being with us today,
Thank you so much for having me. You can't get through this without crying.
I think you're right about that. Thanks again for being here.
Bye-bye.